All right, 7th graders. Lesson 8.3. This is the last part, I promise. The last part of lesson 8.3. It has a lot in it, like I said before. 2 of the questions you haven't done on your worksheet yet. And that was the questions on how to solve for y. What if you're given an equation like this, 5x minus y equals 6, and you have to graph it? You can graph it using the slope-intercept form. In other words, we have to change this equation to put it into slope-intercept form so that you can graph it. Okay? Now, to solve an equation for y and put it into y equals mx plus b form, you need to get the y by itself, right? Get the y by itself. So it says y equals, and then something on the other side. Okay? It might be just y equals a number. It might be just y equals a number with x. Y equals an x term. And then b is 0. Alright? It might be something like that. So here are the steps. To get the y term, to get the y by itself. First, you got to get the y term by itself on one side. So you have to add the opposite of all the other terms to remove them from the side with the y and get them on the other side. And then multiply by the reciprocal of the coefficient of y in order to get 1y. Okay? So, look at this example. We're starting with 5x minus y equals 6. And I'll take you through what to do with this again. So I'll solve this for you so you can see what we're talking about. I'll follow the steps. First, you have to get the y term by itself on this side. And you've got to get rid of the 5x. Right? So we have to add negative 5x. And whatever you add on one side, you have to add on the other side. Now, negative y equals negative 5x plus 6. Now, we can't solve for a negative y, we have to have a positive y. So remember, we have a negative 1 right here. This is a negative 1y. In order to get rid of that negative 1, we can divide everything by negative 1, or multiply everything by negative 1. It's the same thing. Now, we have positive y, because negative over negative is positive, and that equals positive 5x plus negative 6. Now, let's look at this equation again. What is the y-intercept? Joey?
Negative 6.
Negative 6. What is the slope? Nikki? 5 over 1. We can graph this. We can mark negative 6 on the y-axis, and then go up 5 over 1, and we can easily graph this equation. Okay? How about that extra credit question that you had on your quiz? What would we do with that? Does anyone remember it?
No.
Oh, yeah.
In parentheses, you go
Okay.
9 plus 5x or something.
3, and then in parentheses,
Yep.
then I keep your with
X.
negative x.
No, just X.
Oh, no, x.
X.
Yeah, minus 2y.
Yeah.
2y.
Yeah, then parentheses.
And then the other side it was
And 9.
9y. 9y.
9y or 9 plus y?
No, I thought it was 9. No, I thought
9y?
it was 9y. It was either negative. No, it was negative 9y.
Negative 9y?
9y or negative 9y.
Let's see if I have.
Dylan, it's not you.
No,
Oh, here it is. Here it is. I got it. It was 9 plus 3y.
Oh.
9 plus 3y.
That.
All right, let's look at this one. First, multiply over parentheses, right? So 3x plus negative 6y equals 9 plus 3y. Now we have to get the y's on the same side. Get the y terms on the same side. So let's move this one. Get rid of the negative. Get rid of the 3y on this side and add negative 3y on this side. Right? Now add down, Dylan. Just add this side.
That's 3x
Equals
9
plus 0, right? Then
Well, it's
you have to get the y term by itself, right?
3y plus 3y.
Plus negative 3y.
That's what it is.
Okay. Then what? We're right back to these steps. Get the y term by itself. So add what? Add 9y.
That's 3.
Add
Wouldn't it make
negative
sense to
3x.
just get the 3x off of this side?
Divide by 9.
We have to get rid of the x term first, John. Right? So add negative 3x. Then negative 9y, I'm running out of room here, equals 9 plus negative 3x. And then divide by negative 9, right? Negative 9 divided by, 9 divided by negative 9 and negative 3 divided by negative 9. So, this equals positive 1/3 x plus negative 1. Okay? To get it? All right.
We did it!
Class, again, it's just using the steps that you've already learned to solve for y. The procedure is the same. We've been doing this procedure now since October. Add the opposite, multiply by the reciprocal.
I hate you, October.
Okay? Same thing.
Go back.